up? What up? This is the best, the brightest, and blackest combat sports review show out there. This is We Talk Combats. Welcome on board. I'm going to do you guys a favor and introduce my co-host right now. I'm going to start with Queen. Babe, how are you today? You look awesome. Hold on, you muted. I got you. Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm feeling awesome. How are you doing today, babe?
I'm great, baby. Thank you. Travis, bro, how are you today? And are you ready to talk about some combat sports?
I guess so, bro. I'm good. Man, it's been interesting this week. So, man, you phony.
I'm sorry. I apologize. And lastly, we have my guy, B.A. He's a little bit under the weather, so he didn't want to show his face. He said,
in honor of John Cena, Mike can see me right now.
Understood, bro. That makes sense. That's a good comeback. But how you feeling today, bro? Other than I guess under the weather and all, how's your week been?
It's been cool. It's been Friday night was great.
Cool. I'm gonna need you pretty soon so I can stop wearing this headband. But
understood.
All right, everybody. If you're new around here, this is how we normally do this show, man. This is how we normally do this show. We give you our highs and lows, or we just do a rundown of the week's combat sports, mainly WWE product. But we're going to talk a little bit about boxing as we had a special event this past weekend, or just this weekend, as you can see from the thumbnail. So we'll talk about that, give our highs and lows, a letter grade, go around the table. After that, we'll give you some tea that we have this week as far as wrestling tea. And then we'll get to your questions and comments if you have any at the end of the show. Hit us up. Nobody ever does this. Hit us up with the @ WTC. We Talk Combats at WTC. So we know you're talking to us and not somebody else in the glow yard when we get to your comments. Feel free, though, to respond, to interact with anything we say, anything that we say. We want your opinions, even if you're seeing the rerun after we're done recording this, I should say. Please hit us up with comments, questions, or comments. You see us anywhere, any shorts, anything.
Yep,
please hit us up.
We'll comment back to you.
We absolutely will, as long as it's respectful. Do us a favor before we start the show as well. Hit the subscribe button somewhere near BA's left shoulder. That helps us out a lot. Keeps you around here. Lets us know that folks actually enjoy our product, what we do. Also, hit that like button while you're at it. If you enjoy this show, if you enjoy WWE wrestling, if you enjoy boxing, anything like that, hit the like button so that other folks will be notified about this brightest and blackest show that we have on YouTube here. So hit us up, help us up with that. Hit the notification bell as well if you want to be notified. The time changes is usually on Sunday afternoon around 3 p.m. But sometimes we switch it up. I like to say we're colored folks around here. And lastly, follow us on We Talk Combat Clips, our clips channel, where we do all the condensed versions of our show over there. So hit us up over there. Hit the like button. Just had a bunch of people just come on in and check us out. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell and all that stuff. We're going to get to this week of combat sports. But with all that being said, y'all, let's get to our highs and lows. What up? All right, y'all. Well, we had another week of, I shouldn't just say WWE product, but combat sports. I'll start off with Raw. The main, I guess, talking point of Raw was that Austin Theory was revealed as the Masked Man, which, I mean, we talked about that for a while. I guess a lot of folks wanted other things to happen, but that's what happened. Secondly, we had Miss Thea Hale. She became the new women's North American NXT champion. She defeated Blake Monroe in a botch. We'll get to that when we discuss NXT. On TNA this week, main thing, they had a battle royal to decide the number one contender, and Mr. Bear Brunson ended up winning that one. You can ask me who that is. I probably wouldn't be able to tell you, but he did win the battle royal. So shout out to him, and we'll get to TNA if anybody saw that. On SmackDown, QB1, Mr. Cody Rhodes gave a heel promo as a face. So shout out to him. We'll talk about that a little more when we get to SmackDown. And also, lastly, for, I guess, wrestling product or WWE, we had Triple A's Guerra de Titanes, and that means War of Titans, I believe. And they had not a PLE, it was on YouTube and all, but a major show of theirs. I think their shows are usually major when they have English commentating as well. So when they have English commentating, we try to watch the show. But I'll give a little bit of the results real quick. You have Rey Fenix teaming up with Rey Mysterio to defeat Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. And Dominic Mysterio, suffered a shoulder injury in this match that we can get to as well when we talk about this. But next, you had Dragon Lee being defeated by, if I mess up any of these names, I apologize, anybody. It's El Ego del Vikingo. I believe that's how you say his name. But Dragon Lee lost because of Omos returning again, the AAA event. You had, who's this guy? I forgot, Travis, again. I'm sorry, Laredo Kid, correct? I believe it's Laredo Kid. He was going against Javon Evans and Jack Cartwheel, and he retained his championship. Okay, thank you, bro. Then you had, it was a bunch of matches, actually. You had the Psycho Circus defeating the Wyatt Six. Next, we had Ethan Page almost defeating, what is that? Why did I forget his name that quick, Travis? Don't tell me. Dr. Wagner Jr. Jesus, I almost forgot his name. Dr. Wagner Jr., but actually it was the match was restarted and Dr. Wagner retained his championship. We had Fabi Apache teaming with Bloodsport Natty and Lola Vice. I actually like Lola Vice and Bloodsport Natty being a team. I think that's cool, but we'll talk about that more. Going against, I think it's Los Toxicus, I think their names are, and they picked up the victory. Natty and her team. Then next we had a 4-team tag team match, and it was Los Americanos versus Mr. Iguana and his tag team partner.
Mr. Iguana.
I do not know his tag team partner's name. Versus La Parker, and I believe that is Octagon Jr. And then versus the LWO. So that was the weekend in wrestling. I'll go around the room. We'll get the highs and lows of the week and then get your letter grade. And I will start with you. Hold on one second. Where is this? Queen, babe. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product? And what is your overall letter grade?
About any specific matches, I'm going to kind of just talk about of Monday and Friday, if that's okay with you. So I always kind of know that there's always going to be like a little downtrodden after we have like a few PLEs, and that's kind of be expected. I did enjoy that Carmelo Hayes won this week after basically kind of watching him be a little bit of a cuck for a few months at this point, and watching him constantly be jobbed out. But it kind of was one of those matches that is like really did it really matter kind of things. But what I really kind of want to talk more about was that the two things. One of the things you mentioned was the Cody's promo, and that I guess he's doing heel promos now. I don't know. He's doing these little dipping his toes in the heel water kind of thing I've noticed every few weeks. And we've already known that there was a setup for him eventually to go heel, and that The Rock was supposed to be a part of that, and that kind of fell apart. So I see what they're doing there, but like I said in the Discord, which, if you're watching this, we do show all these, in the Discord as well. And shout out to Devin, who's here, sometimes not.
Oh, I think we lost her. I'll give her a second. But in the meantime, guys, as well, I will say this. We do know that Friday Night SmackDown and all was taped, and that there are spoilers going around. We will not, in the spirit of, wrestling and all that, spoil anything. So we've seen some things like everybody else. We're going to pretend like we didn't see it. So we're going to call the show like nothing else happened. We'll call that once it happens and all, next week and all. But yes, go back to you, Queen. I'm sorry. Just want to let the people know that we weren't going to spoil the show.
No, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm always terminally in and out. So I'll just try to wrap it up quickly. But I feel like that storyline has kind of ran its course, and that it's kind of boring. And it's kind of taking away from possibly building different storylines. Yeah, I mentioned Devin and my internet first. It's kind of taking away from the other possible storylines that they could be using for either of those people. I wanted to talk more about Jade, because we kind of sometimes have off the show discussions about stuff, like especially the wrestling product. And there's been a lot of discussion about Jade and her defending of her championship, Jade and her injury, Jade and is she just going to be running a bunch of promos and not defending her championship? So we know that, Jade was injured. As far as we know, though, she hasn't taken any time off to get any sort of surgeries or anything like that regarding it. So I'm pretty sure the idea, well, not pretty sure, I'm gonna say I'm speculating that the idea is to wait until she's more healed to probably figure out what they're gonna do. Because as we saw during that night, her eyebrow was basically hanging off the bone. So I've noticed that they haven't really been putting her in like really intense matches or really few matches at all. It's usually just little few in-ring things real quick, or like a Michin or like a low Carter. And it's just kind of unfortunate because I feel like it's doing her a little disservice, because at the end of the day, we know that Rhea is the woman right now being groomed to be the leader of the company. And obviously they can't put her against Rhea in her win against Rhea, because then she'd make Rhea look weak. And it would also make her look weak if she lost to Rhea while they're trying to do an upward trajectory of her. So King mentioned earlier that they've been just basically using Rhea for the tag thing. And I think that is why they're using her for the tag thing. Because otherwise, she would have to be going around trying to dominate Jade, or like, a situation like that, because of the way the brands are set up. We're lucky that we have Lash Legend and Nia Jax, but if I recall correctly, they're on the other show, right? Yes? No?
They're on SmackDown, the same show. They're just in the tag division as well.
So they're on the same show. So I've noticed too with how they're doing Lash Legend. So this all does come back around. I'm not just like droning on. So I've noticed with Lash Legend, they're having her go against a little, and not even necessarily low Carters, but smaller people. And you would think that she would be probably going more against a Rhea Ripley, for her size. Just like I'd said with the Jade, would be going against a Rhea Ripley. I think because of the fact that we have so many just people out injured on both genders. Well, I guess both gendered sides of the way that they run WWE, that we have a limited amount of people to do integrated storylines with. So I feel like people are starting to get a little bit of a Jade fatigue. Like they're starting to feel like, oh, I'm seeing Jade all the time, but I'm not really seeing her do a whole lot of anything. And I'm like, well, y'all got to remember too that she just had her face busted open. So I'm like, she can't really take a whole bunch of bumps right now. And we don't have Naomi, and we don't have I can't remember her name right now, Bianca, to kind of build a storyline with. So being that all said, is that I felt like this week it was pretty weak. It just wasn't bringing nothing really. It was just kind of like we were revisiting a bunch of other stuff, and it just had no impact on anything. But that being said, I want to go back to the Carmelo thing again real quick before I give my grade. Is that again, I'm happy that I'm seeing him do stuff. And there's some stuff that I guess is going to be in the T that I kind of connect with that, but I'm kind of hoping possibly that they go a different route with our favorite invisible wrestler right now, and I'm not talking about John Cena. But right now we have a man that's been like MIA. Like we don't know where he is. Like, is he here? Is he there? Where is he going? What's happening with him? Which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's really it. As I said, I mean, I enjoy, getting to see, high flyers. So got to see some more Javon Evans on the weekend product, which I guess is still a product. And I like that he's getting a lot of camera time. Like I do appreciate that for him.
I think we lost it again, and we didn't even get a lot of grade yet. All right, Travis, I'm gonna go to you. What's your highs and lows of this week's WWE product, bro? And what's your overall letter grade? And I'll get Queen this letter grade once she returns.
All right. So basically, this week of Raw, like I thought Raw was basically trash as usual. It's just that with Austin Theory being the mask guy, which I figured pretty much that was it. But Nikki Bella's need to go away, disappear still. I don't understand why she's on the roster of CM Punk. Like, I love that promo with CM Punk. That was like one of the top two things that was most favorite of mine on Raw this week. NXT, I thought that was a botch job. I don't think that Thea Hale was supposed to win that championship. Now, with her being backstage, I felt as if Joe should have been with her in some way. Like, not doing anything like major, but just being like, once she said, I believe and all that stuff, I think that's the part when Joe Hendry should have popped out. I love the fact that Javon Evans popped out on Ricky Saints, trying to avenge his missed opportunity of winning the NXT championship. Now, with Leon Slater winning the Iron Survivor, I don't know. It just seems to me like once he get in the ring with Oba,
I mean, the number one
be
contendership,
straight.
right? It wasn't Iron Survivor, right? It's just number one contendership, right?
Oh, number one contendership. I'm sorry.
Go,
I think it's because of the participants. That's why. But Leon Slater, I think that he's going to get like stomped out again. It's going to look like that match with Oba and Javon Evans. What was that? What's that? PLE, the one that he basically threw Javon on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm thinking it's going to be like that all over again. Now I'm gonna do it different. Now I have seen some TNA this week. Now this battle royal thing was basically a whole bunch of guys. Now I also found out that on their roster they actually have a guy they have the same name as mine. So I might have to, check out the show a little bit more often when it comes on AFC with their the next 2-3 weeks. Now they had a match too also. It was kind of like their version of War Games, I guess, kind of mixed with like that Armageddon Hell in a Cell match from back in the days where you was playing wrestling on your game system or whatever. To me, it just seemed like that with that match, like it just had a whole bunch of guys. And what I mean by that is it's just it didn't look like you had wrestlers in the ring. It just looked like you just said, hey, you, and you, come on. We are just gonna throw y'all in the cages and let y'all have at it. Because I didn't think I was watching a wrestling match for a second. I thought I was watching just a flat out brawl. But I did low-key like that though. But Ariana Grace though, why you had to do your pops like that? Like you popped your pops in the pops, gave him a little low blow and everything like that. Made Santino go down, but hey, you can't win them all. Now, SmackDown, I thought SmackDown was pretty decent this week. That Cody promo. Now, the only problem I have with that promo is where he mentioned Roman Reigns and how he didn't have like help with anything like that. Kind of paraphrase it, but you kind of did have some help though, Cody. Like it took you and like 4 or 5 other people just to beat one guy, but we're gonna leave that alone. But also with this Julia and Chelsea Green in this Women's United States Championship match. Well, not the match, but this whole title thing. It just seems like Julia and Chelsea are all the 2 people that's always going after this United States Championship. When is somebody else going to get a crack at the championship? It just seems like with this belt, it's just getting passed back and forth between 2 people. I don't know if it's because of the lack of women that's on the roster, or everybody is like in this tag team thing with the women's tag team champions, but it just feels like we're not getting enough of.
Hopefully that's Lashes to lose.
That's a good idea. But now I did just for one night only. I did like that Carmelo and Ilya teamed up a little bit. It was good to see them team up for once, other than go against each other. I always thought that those 2 guys always put on a hell of a match. Now, for the AAA, I can't now, guys. I do not have a problem with this card, not one bit. From top to bottom, I enjoyed everything that was on YouTube last night. Well, technically, I did low-key watch it this morning, but that's not. But the only thing I would have against this is the fact that we did not see the Lucha Bros, and Dom got hurt. But other than that, from top to bottom, this was flat out just great, in my opinion. Everything, but overall for this week, I'm giving it, because of AAA And how much to me it carried, I'm giving it a B minus.
Okay. All right. B minus. All right, Travis. Queen. Let me go back to you, babe. What was your letter grade for the show?
But I was talking about, but yeah, letter grade.
You
I'm gonna give it a C.
were
I'm gonna give it a C minus. Either way,
okay.
I'm giving it a C minus because I felt like they tried to make Cody the focal point, and he was just phoning. Like him and that Drew McIntyre thing is lame. So yeah,
Okay. C
C
minus. All right.
plus. Or
C minus. All right. BA. Let me get to you, bro. What was your highs and lows of this week WWE product, and what's your overall letter grade, bro?
All right. So an extreme low for me was how Raw opened up. Gunther came out and he got booed. But for what he did and everything else surrounding it and the controversy surrounding it, if you want to call it that, I expected a lot more. Like we grew up on let's say, people throwing trash in the ring and all this other stuff. When people didn't like you, they really let you know that you wasn't liked. So I think the reason why I didn't get the degree, like he got booed, but he didn't get the degree of boos in which I expected, is because wrestling, fans know what's going on. Fans know that decisions are being made behind closed doors in the gorilla and things like that. So, and how do we know that? Because the dumbass Triple H came up with Unreal season 2 coming out soon. So we know that it's not 100% Gunther's like doing here in a sense. So if you have I'm gonna say a potential like nuclear situation, and the worse it is, the better for ratings and things like that. And I know Triple H was there. If this is the next thing after your Saturday night's main event, why didn't Triple H come out himself and then have like pretty much be a center point for all the hate? Because we know that it was pretty much ultimately his decision. Even if it was John Cena, he had the final say because he's creative control. So if he would have like honed all that negative energy and said the person that retired Goldberg, the person that put us out of our Cena misery, or something, you play with words in a sense. And then you bring out Gunther, then he transfers that negative energy onto Gunther, and then Gunther can come out and do exactly what he did.
That
That's
heat,
how
bro.
you do that. They didn't do that. He just had him come out, and that's why I was like, "Yo, this it's like 3 levels lower than what I'm expecting." So I don't like that. Everything else was cool when it comes to him doing the "You Can't See Me" and all that was cool. Especially he did it in front of AJ Styles, so we know that what that's about. But I think they missed out on a huge potential when it came to that situation. I think we're at a point where we don't care about the Usos already. Like, come on, we're going against New Day. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Because the New Day, they botched that. So now the New Day is nowhere where they want to be. So I feel like they was trying to capture some of that old swag that they had. And that's years ago now, my guy. Like it doesn't hit the same. So pause. So you need to find ways to be more creative. So we'll see what happens when they actually go against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. The final, right? First and foremost, Rey Mysterio. I'm tired of saying Rey Mysterio. Now I know he was on AAA, but he also closed Raw in a sense. I'm tired of saying Rey Mysterio is not the same. Rey Mysterio fought Logan Paul. If I'm looking at that billing, I'm expecting a high flying type of event, and I didn't get none of that. It was very grounded. I said, "What we doing here?" I know Logan Paul can do this stuff. I'm like, Ray, like, why are you still main eventing, my guy? You are a legend, no doubt. But that's the problem with wrestling. Like, they're holding on to people that's in their damn near in their 50s. You gotta let these guys go. We have to go in the other direction. So I have issues with Rey Mysterio closing the match out. Now, with that being said, Austin Theory comes out. And shout out to Bobby Monsoon. Shout out to the C-Jacks, and all the content creators that look like us. They all was on the same accord. He got nothing. It was no like shock. It was no boos. It was no cheers. It was just nothing. And in this business, nothing is crippling to whatever that you're trying to do. Like they could have done it the 2 nights before on John Cena's night and have him do that in a sense early in the show or whatever. That would have worked. It would have worked because John Cena is one of the guys that put Austin over. So it was like, it's like nostalgia in that aspect. So if you wasn't going to do it with all the lights, because that was pretty much damn near WrestleMania type vibe when it came to Saturday night's main event. Okay, you don't want to do it then. Why not just wait 1 or 2 more weeks, especially when you're about to do all this vacation stuff, and do it on a Raw show, the anniversary show. Like you don't just do this in some random Pennsylvania town or wherever they was at. It was lackluster. So it's like, yo, who's pulling the strings here? Like you couldn't tell that this was going to happen. Did you expect him to get a pop from all that? Like we already knew it. Most people knew it was either Austin Theory, and I tried to sell Tez, but I called Austin Theory in the very beginning. Like he was always scheduled to be a part of the vision in some kind of way through leaks and all that stuff. So we knew. So it was like, yo, you either take advantage of opportunity where like the whole night is hot, or you just like pause and just wait it out some. So they chose neither, and this is what happens. Shout out to Justin Timberlake because he looked just like Justin Timberlake. That was Bobby. I don't want to steal Bobby's thunder. That was Bobby's. So I mean, and that's just where we at. So Raw was, to me, shout out to Raquel for taking that bump. I think they probably need to go into I guess damage assessment, because too many of these, especially women, are getting like really nicked up from these corner stair maneuvers and whatever you want to call it. Like these stair shots are like they're not blocking. They need more space in order to do their move. I don't know, but they need to do that because Raquel got a knot on her head, and she lucky she didn't end up like Jade, in a sense, right? So they need to go into some damage analysis and fix that. But once again, notice I'm going straight to Raquel because I don't care about Stephanie. No one cares about Stephanie. I don't care that they're going to have an eventual triple threat match. Probably so, because Nikki's still popping up and they put Liz on the back burner in a sense. So it's going to be Raquel. Hopefully she gets healthy quickly. Nikki and Stephanie. And I still don't care. I don't care about the women's championship. And I think that's why, shout out to Queen when she was talking about the Rhea Ripleys of the world and stuff like that. They are putting them in tags because they're trying their best to sell whatever Stephanie is trying to sell. And no one's buying it. No one is buying it. So if you put Stephanie on the brand Pacific EO or Rhea, they're gonna smash her through popularity alone. You know what I'm saying? So it was a doom maneuver. It was a doom situation.
Raise your hand if you knew this. Raise your hand if you knew this about Stephanie Vacchio already before she got the title. Oh, okay.
I'm raising my hand, but you can't see me.
Understood.
So, all right. So TNA, right? We're gonna go straight to the botch. It was crazy.
Hold up, NXT or TNA?
NXT.
Okay, go ahead.
The botch is crazy, but to try to, articulate what happened, she did her little backsplash in a sense. And if you see like a lot of wrestlers and stuff, when they do their somebody doing a splash or something like that, you can see them like kind of curl up to get the brace so that they don't get their wind knocked out. I truly think that she just fell flat on Blake. Wind was knocked out to the point where she couldn't either roll her over, which was kind of feel like that was what they was trying to do, or then at least kick out. And what you did see her put her hand up. But the referee got one job to do. If you start, you got to finish. And I think this goes kind of to when Jade Nia Jax had that botch in a sense with Tiffany. Like you just gotta count that through and just deal with whatever afterwards. So they need to do a better job, like people in production. Don't play Blake Monroe's music. Just go straight to hell's. Like, it's over. It happened. We can't. It's like a flag in any sport, in basketball, football, whatever. Once they call the call, it's called. Chances are they're not picking it back up. That's what I'm saying. So they could have did that better. And then we move forward to the four-way for the number one contender. Shout out to Leon, man. He performed his ass off. Everybody did. Shout out to Dion. I'm giving you a special look, pause, Dion. Like, I think that you are the future. I just think you got the wrong move set. When I see Dion Lennox fight, he reminds me like of a Junkyard Dog Austin mix. So he gotta I would tap into those move sets a little bit more because he's very rugged. He's very brawler-esque.
About to say you want him to brawl more. Okay.
Yeah, he got to bring that out. I think that's his next step into his progression. Joe Hendry's Joe Hendry's just doing performances now. Don't ever put your money on Joe Hendry right now because it's just not. He's not going to win anything. He's already on the other show, so he's just buying his time until whenever the right time is for the main show. So I didn't expect him to win. And shout out to Leon. Travis, I 100% disagree with you. I don't think this is going to be a squash match whatsoever. Javon Evans, the last Javon Evans and Oba fight was great. You know what I'm saying? And Javon technically kind of won that. So I don't think that it's going to be that close. But Leon's going to put on a hell of a show, man. And that's what he does. He's going to pull off that full 50. I guarantee he do. It's just how do they end the match? So I mean, you say he's going to get squashed. I don't think he's going to get squashed at all. Because you're building up Leon too much, and why would you have that happen? That's just my opinion. Next, shout out to WWE Evolve. I was posting things about that in the group chat. They had their 5v5 people from the WWEID, people from LFG, people from the Performance Center. So this is pretty much the future of WWE. We're watching it in their rookie stages, what NXT used to be, right? So there's a couple names. The main one that his name escapes me right now. I think his name is Aaron Luke or whatever. I think that's his real name. He goes by something else. But he won it, and superstardom is all over him. We just gotta see how he rides that wave, pause in a sense. And then the women's championship, Kendall Gray made her appearance. We already know that she's pretty much NXT bound, like full-time NXT, but she's still doing her commitment to Evolve. Kelly Armstrong came out. She's been doing a lot of dark shows and things like that for NXT, so she's pretty much on her way up. And then PJ Vasa. If those that don't know, PJ Vasa is a Samoan woman that's like a powerhouse. So she was involved in it too. So I would like to see those different types of styles in one match, and that's what they're headed to whenever they have that match. So just want to give a little bit of love to WWE Evolve. SmackDown was interesting. When it came to interesting, I mean, it was absolutely garbage. I just didn't find nothing of stature. Let's talk about this whole Cody and Drew McIntyre situation when they had the camera crew and all that. Look, we know what prime house invasions look like. We seen Austin, we seen Brian Pillman and stuff. We seen high level.
Randy Orton, Triple H.
Facts. This was so choreographed, and it was just so like played right. It was played safe in a sense. So I did not like it whatsoever. So that's that. I expected somebody to get hit with a Christmas gift or something like that. Make this memorable. I didn't get that. He tried his little Die Hard line, Merry Christmas, whatever he said. That was whack. Fell on deaf ears. So that leads into the confrontation with Nick Aldis. Everything was cool. That was Cody being rolled Cody. Queen hinted to it. He's starting to do more and more of that. The problem I had was his last line in which he said, like, you know, you work for me, Nick, or whatever he said as he was walking out. You don't say that while you're walking out. You say that while you dead center, look him in his face. Every other great champion that we had would not have took the opportunity to walk aside Nick Aldis and then say what he said. That's kind of cowardly in a sense. No, you the champion. You QB1, right? That's what you said. QB1s don't falter. They stand in the face of adversity. Right now, Nick is I guess it's part of your adversity. Look at him dead in his face and had that conversation. So I didn't like that. I guess next we're gonna talk about Damian Priest and Aleister Black. They had a little run-in. I don't care. This whole feud is going way too long. It all started because of what Ron Killings when he had this little I'm driving now situation. Like this is where that came from. Like, and this we still talking about it. It's trash. It's garbage. Why not just put them in whatever title that they are bracketed for, and just have them fight alongside other people? The one-on-one thing has got to stop because it's trash. And now you're bringing the ladies in. Selena Vega can't wrestle to save her life. Like she's trash. She's done. It is what it is. So I didn't like that. And I didn't like SmackDown at all. Shout out to Carmelo and his moment with Ilya. Ilya gave him the tag so he can get the pin. I like that part. But everything else, you can miss him with it. Oh, the MFTs was there. Yeah, shout out to that. No one cares. I'm tired of it. No one cares. They're not doing they missed their boat with the October War Games and all. They missed it. So don't try to sell me on it. I don't care. And I think a lot of people don't care. And I think that's it. I didn't see AAA. Last night was very tough for me personally, but I'm hearing good things about it, so I will check it out just so I can get updated on things. Shout out to Dom. I hope you get both because you're needed on your show. But I think that's it. I think that's wrestling in a nutshell. I don't even think I talked about division because no one cares about division. I think that's it. So overall, I'm going to give this a strong. Because I didn't see AAA, I'm not going to put them in the metrics. So from what I did see, I didn't see TNA either. So what I did see between these 4 shows, that's an F for me, dog.
Let's go, man. Let's go with the shots. I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's start from the beginning, y'all. So we got what's that? Queen gave it a what? C plus? Hold on, Queen.
Yeah,
Minus.
I think so. I think so.
Travis, you gave it a B plus, right?
No, I gave it a B minus.
All right, a B minus. So C minus, B minus. My guy BA went all the way and gave it an F, right? So here I go. Because I saw AAA, right? This week is getting drum roll a D minus. I wanted to give it an F as well, BA, because really, real talk, this week was trash. They went right back to being trash again. That Monday, Austin Theory, told you, don't bet against them, bro. Don't do it. It's insanity. You're gonna believe they're gonna do the same thing over and over again. When you're gonna believe something different every time, and it's like, bro, you're gonna go insane. They do what they do. Triple H has his ideas. It was Austin Theory. No one cared. This guy lost his money in the bank briefcase. You feel me? Like this dude got squashed. You didn't build him up. You can't just throw. How do you throw a jobber into a top of the line event without like creating the jobber? You feel what I'm saying? Like making him into something else we can believe. You just basically threw somebody that was just getting destroyed with Grayson Waller. And Grayson Waller was like throwing punches at him and all that stuff, taking shots at him. And he just, without anything, just, oh, okay, here he is. And I bet he's been backstage for like a while now, available. Where you could have been doing something with him, where you could have been, just anything when you're paying attention to Austin Theory and like, damn, you see Austin Theory, what he doing? But people thought he was going to come back as a face and face Grayson Waller. And now you did this. And it's like, well, I mean, do I expect him now to be able to beat CM Punk or something now? Like, how is that? How does that happen now? If he's still Austin Theory. So I don't know with Raw. Shout, like you say, Raquel Rodriguez. I hope she gets okay. She's fine. I hope she's okay because I really wanted to win the championship. I told you before, Stephanie Vaquer cannot speak English, and I think that's tough for the WWE because it's about immersion, and I cannot get immersed into whatever she's doing because I do not know what she's talking about most of the time. I'm sorry, and it is what it is. The Kabuki Warriors play on it, but I'll talk about them as well. Oh, Kabuki Warriors, why not talk about them right now? Aren't they the tag team champions? Anybody? Everybody? They're the tag team champions, right? Kabuki Warriors? Okay. Why are they always losing?
Yeah.
Why are they always losing? No matter if the title on the line, title not on the line, whatever. Like
No matter if it's out of the line or not.
They just keep losing, right?
Exactly.
So why they got the titles?
I'm having a feeling they might get ready to lose them soon. I guess.
Oh, right. This just makes.
Whoever.
I told you.
Whether they between the teams, I don't know.
I can't keep going and saying that these people are having these horrible like title runs. It's not the people having the horrible title runs. Like, bro, they only wrestle who's put in front of them. You feel me? Like it's creative. That's not putting them in places to succeed where you're not like, oh, I don't want to see these. You're not seeing them. So why do I want to see them? Like Julia, she wasn't wrestling. She didn't have a horrible run. A horrible run is when you have horrible matches and all. And we're like, damn, you're trash, bro. You're trash. You can't say somebody had a horrible run when they wrestled 2 times. Like, that's Triple H not putting this champion. Like, why am I not wrestling? I'm in the champion. So obviously people not gonna want to see me and want a title on somebody else because I'm not showing up with the championship. But Raw with that, I want, like I said, Raquel to finally win the championship, hopefully. CM Punk is starting to just like an old man to me. No, not the Punk. I'm sorry, Punk. You just like you out of it, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just it's not that same feeling no more. You just maybe you need to cut the hair or something like that. It's just you look like a dad or something. But you CM Punk, I'm not feeling that. What else happened on Raw? I fucking forget something. Rey Mysterio, right? You said, yeah, he can be done. Penta's hurt. That sucks. Dominic Mysterio might be hurt. I'll talk about that in the future. That sucks. Yeah, man. I don't know the vision. I raise your hand. I'm telling you again. I'm gonna say it right now. At least this form or this version of Braun Breaker is not that dude. This version of Braun Breaker is not that dude. Now, maybe some other Braun Breaker, he'll change and evolve into some other character and all that. This version of Braun Breaker is not that dude. And I've been yelling it forever that Triple H has been scared to bring people up and put them beside Braun Breaker because then guys like Oba Femi and all, when they get sightings on Raw and all, it's like, oh, look at the reaction to this guy Oba instead of this guy Braun Breaker. But that is what it is. The vision's trash. Seth Rollins gone. He's gonna be gone. You're gonna eventually give Braun Breaker the championship. I know that. It is what it is. This is so predictable. I can move on. NXT, Travis, that absolutely was a botch. It messed them up because, like you said, they were ready to like tape stuff and do like live shows. And now it's a botch where they got to change their whole plans. They couldn't tape things the way they wanted to. So this kind of was a huge botch. I hope it doesn't mess with Blake Monroe and all that. But like you say, she got the wind knocked out of her, the BA, and she couldn't, kick out. Like, that's real life. It was real life in that moment. And they dealt with real life and she couldn't kick out. So she beat her. Now they got to deal with that. But other than that on NXT, I hope Shawn Michaels got the balls to get a championship to Leon Slater. Bro, I will give the championship to Leon Slater, right? Because no TNA person has won an NXT championship yet. You about to go through a period of weakness. Like you asked Travis, where you said Oba Femi getting vignettes and all, if you're going to come up, you can bring Oba up now. It just, okay, he helped out Leon by putting something on him. Leon can have a rivalry now against Javon Evans down there and that type of stuff. Like between them, you already had him. You could build something about somebody from TNA should win the championship, but I think they about to distance that because TNA about to have their own showing on. I think that's about to be over with, but it is what it is with NXT. I watch it to see, like I say, Javon, maybe Oba show up and also Ricky. Other than that, I don't care about the rest of them guys. I'm sorry. Even your guy, Joe Hendry. I'm sorry, you can go to TNA. I was going to watch the whole show, but I watched like the highlights for this Battle Royal and saw that guy Bear Brunson won, and I said, okay, turn it off. Cody did his heel run. That was pretty cool. His little heel promo, I thought that was cool. One of my favorite promos that Cody's done so far. BA, you said some right on the wall stuff about the being the face QB1. I think that's part of the heel turn, though. Part of the little breadcrumbs they're throwing in there to say he's becoming a heel by doing this type of stuff. He's walking off as he's saying that. And I think maybe Nick Aldis is realizing that maybe that's part of the story. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, though. Again, I hate giving WWE the benefit of the doubt and saying they're doing awesome storytelling, but that's what I'm thinking. They're going with that, so that's cool. Shout out to Carmelo getting a pinfall victory in the tag team match. Like I said, it's always cool to see Carmelo win. It's good to see Lash out there dominating, even with Nia Jax and all that. That Damian Priest thing, I'm glad you said something about it, BA, because I definitely was going to. I think they've been in a feud now for 6 months and like wrestled like maybe a couple times and haven't had a PLE match. And that's again Triple H and those guys are Road Dogg or whoever it is, not having anything to do for these people. So you got like Damian Priest wrestling the main event and that type of stuff because you just keep throwing them against this. This is ridiculous, bro. Please get this feud over with. Please let them have a match on PLE and let this be done. And you haven't even let Damian Priest get a victory, I don't think, yet. So I guess he got to win, right? Like, I can't. It's foolish, man. This is WWE. So it is what it is with that one. Hold on. What else we have? AAA. Travis, like you said, I think my voice almost cracked there. I think every AAA we've seen so far has been incredible so far. This was actually maybe my least favorite, or maybe this was better than the last one. And that actually takes nothing away from it. I'm trying to like put it on a level. I'm nitpicking because it still was an incredible it was not even a PLE, it's just a YouTube event. But all these people put on the show. Like I said, I enjoy Ethan Page now as well in the role he does. The Wyatt Six, I guess they were unstoppable, but they're the tag team champions. They defend on PLEs and all, and they just lost in the AAA. Like, bro, I don't. Where are the Street Profits? Why did they lose their championship to these guys? For what, man? Who in the Wyatt Six looks like intimidating? You see, what's his name? Uncle Howdy, when he came over there eventually, and somebody like pushed him, he like fell against the chair and all that. I'm like, bro, come on, man. This whole thing is gone. They are out of it, but I mean, they did their thing. This is a situation or a space for them. Their characters work on AAA. Like, this is awesome for Wise. That's why I think they're here. But yeah, everybody, man, this show was incredible. Even basically the spots with Mr. Iguana and them in the four team tag team match, just running the ropes. It's just awesome. It's just fun wrestling. You don't really know a bunch of the characters. I'm learning from these guys. Like, are these the only? I wonder, are these the only characters that we see for AAA, or are there characters we aren't seeing, or are they putting all their characters on the cards? Because if they are, that's awesome. I just don't know because I'm seeing the same type of people, the same people over and over again. I just don't know if is that it. But do you know, Travis?
I think Devin would probably be the best one to answer that one in the comments.
Yeah,
Steven
I
follows
had
it
no
a little bit
idea.
more.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I see the same people, so I don't know if that's just them. But so I'm just trying to get caught up more in the storylines, I guess. Are those just the same guys? But if it is just those guys, and it's really no storylines. We got like one storyline really, and that's the Ethan Page one.
I would say, do you think their roster is like that big compared to an actual WWE?
I don't know. I don't know what their roster is.
Right.
I just see the people that show in front of me. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Always on the same stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. So when I see a new person, I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know what that is, but here it is or whatever like that. And a lot of these people, like, I think it's my first time seeing Jack Cartwheel on the show. You feel me? Like, I've never seen him before. So
did you watch the last one, right?
Yeah, he was on there.
Yeah, he did that. He did some kind of like twist.
Yep, it was him.
Yep, it was him. Right. Yeah,
you're right. Mm-hmm. So everybody, everybody. Hold on, that guy you said, Mr. Hamburger guy or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Hamburguesa.
He was there. He was there before. Like I don't know, maybe so. That's what I'm saying.
He was.
He was at the first one.
First one.
Yes, he was in the first
one. But yeah,
bro. Just I saw Mr. Hamburguesa in Dr. Iguana.
It ain't.
They did a match together.
Now with the Psycho Circus, the tall the tall clown. Now this was my second time seeing him ever. He was on the last one, but this is like the second match I seen of him.
I think they need to
match too also.
Give my guy Omos, if you're gonna have him over in AAA, right? Give him the championship. I'm serious. Give him the championship. The way they build him as a monster and all, give him the championship. Why not? Go ahead. Have him beat somebody. Somebody got to actually, you build up somebody to beat Omos. And then that'll be a big victory on there, like shoulders or whatever. So overall, like I said, AAA was awesome. The highlight of the week. And that's it. I'm gonna give it a D-, man. Like WWE went back to being, this is trash. I'm not gonna watch anything from this week again. Maybe AAA, some highlights and all from that, but nothing else. I won't be watching. So that's it, y'all. Yeah. So we got a, what is that? A C-, a B-, an F, and a D-. All right, man. They real minus this week. We had another event this weekend, actually on Friday, y'all. Another combat sport. This guy right here. We had Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua on Friday. And Anthony Joshua got the stop in the 6th round. Jake Paul had his jaw rearranged, literally. I think this was the moment right here. And
I was
yeah,
like,
he had to
Gray
get
said, look
surgery
like
and
by
all.
the photo.
Yeah, I think that is the moment where it
Yeah, I
happened.
think that's the moment right there.
And yeah,
So
so
what I
I
told
just
you about, yeah, I
just
think
want to
that really is the
go
moment.
around, I guess, get you guys overall opinion. How much of the event did you see? Just the other matches, like Tyron Woodley lost to Anderson Silva. I
Anderson
saw that.
Silva.
I saw Alicia Bumgarner still won her, still kept her title.
Mhm.
Alicia, nice.
Yeah, I was saying she's nice.
And then who else is? I feel like it was maybe somebody. That might have been only 3 matches I really saw. But
I
I'm
think it was probably
take
one
this
more,
off the
but I
screen.
didn't see that
Yeah,
one.
it probably was more matches. I just ain't see all. That's the matches I saw.
Mhm.
But go around the room basically. This don't even gotta be like, in order or whatever like that. Just if you got something to say, what you think about this overall, about the match, about the card, or just your overall opinions
I'll
about it.
make a quick quip.
Yes,
Yeah, I'll
ma'am.
make a quick quip real quick. So there's many things I enjoyed about it in terms of just having a kink for watching egotistical white men be defeated. That's like one of my favorite like niche you know joys of life. So first off, him coming out in the Hulkamania jacket. That's one, because you know how much we don't like that guy around there. Shout out to our past episode about that gentleman right there. May he rest in piss. Two, I really enjoyed that he came out to Takashi 69, which he knows that we all dislike because he is a cheese eater. Um, so all of those things combined, and just his normal ego of watching him not only be humbled by one, a brother, but two, watching someone take the actual sport seriously. Like I don't feel like Anthony Joshua went in there he went in there already knowing he was gonna win. He was just trying to decide how he's gonna win. And allegedly, there's rumors that he basically lost 100 mil off of that because he was hitting him in the first few rounds, and apparently that was a caveat. Now we know that that was also the rumor as well with the Tyson fight, and that was why Tyson didn't give it to him because he wanted to keep the money. Well, I'm glad that if that is the case, I'm glad that he didn't take the money because he put on not only a fantastic show, but he gave us lots of memes out of some of these photos. He broke that man's jaw in two places. He went to a party the next day with his mouth just sitting open like because he can't close it. I would just say I did not know a lot about Anthony Joshua before here, and I like to consider myself knowledgeable about boxing, but I will definitely in the future be watching more of his matches. He put on a great show, and like he said, there was no hurt in him because he was not injured at all during the fight. So, as I said, I really just enjoyed watching, not even just because it was the defeat of, was that Logan Paul? Yeah, of Jake Paul, whatever
Jake.
Paul Wall, it don't even matter whichever Paul that was in the ring. I really much enjoyed because they're basically one person at this point. I really enjoyed watching his defeat, and I really enjoyed watching that brother put on a fantastic show. Like he looked good. He was humble. He even at the point was just taking his time and not using all his stamina. He was just reserving all his energy. I'm sure that man afterwards probably went out and had fun because he still had lots of energy in him afterwards. Like, hey, he probably has had to abstain before this fight. So I hope that somebody put that 5,000 on him, okay? And gave him a good night because that gentleman deserved it, okay? All drinks on me, gas tank on E. All right, that's my end of my statement.
Anybody else?
It's kind of hard going after that. Not gonna lie to you. Look, this whole thing could have been ended in the second round, if not the first round. And I mean, he played with them. Pause. Like he toyed with them, like Floyd Mayweather type vibe. Like he could have ended. He could have dropped him early because this dude is still coming out of his prime. He's a professional fighter, and like
Bro,
I
he
said,
technically in his prime still. Like this dude about to
he's
fight
coming out.
Tyson Fury allegedly. Like I feel you, he
And-
losing and all, but he's still one of the contenders for the heavyweight championship. I'm about to say that.
Okay, I'm cool with that. So either with that being said, like he was supposed to beat him. So we was just looking for the hey man, it's the fix in. That's kind of what we all was looking for. And the fix was not in. So my man got his jaw rearranged. Like that's tough. That hurts. It's gonna hurt for a while. He got his payday. So he got what he wanted out the deal.
I get that Kanye.
But You know, but at the end of the day, like I said, he played. So I seen people trying to compare Jake Paul and Francis Ngannou when Francis fought Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua didn't play around with Francis because he lasted 2 rounds with him. Like, yo, that's still like a heavyweight that still got power in his punches, and you don't want to get caught off guard. So I don't think that Jake Paul, because he lasted to the 6th round, is even a better fighter, a better boxer than Francis Ngannou. No, he's not. It's just that Anthony Joshua realized that one is a threat and the other one is not. So I'm gonna knock homeboy out early, get him out the way. And for you, I'm playing around with you. You know, it's like a predator playing with his food. That's exactly what he was doing. So I appreciate it all. It was fun to watch. It was fun to see homeboy just get tagged from time to time. So I'm piggybacking off of Queen a little bit. Sometimes it's fun to see people get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. The other matches,
he got paid.
That's why I say he got paid. He got 120 from what it looks like.
Well, for free, he got paid. You're right. Like, and it wasn't like anyone put him up to this fight. This was his choice. He made this choice.
Yeah, he called him out. He called him out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm quite sure he was looking for a different outcome when it came to Tank. He could use his size and all that stuff, but you know, Tank did what Tank did, and Anthony was like, "Well, if you're gonna call my name out, I might as well go ahead and get this quick $30 million for basically what do you
sparring match?
Spar day, thank
Spar.
you.
Yep,
For a spar match. $30 million for a spar match. Sign me up any day. I don't care how much he's making. $30 million for a spar match, I take it. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Shout out to Anthony. Thank you for not having us think, damn, you on the payroll too, homeboy, huh? So he's not. I appreciate you.
Travis, you got anything?
Man, I can't follow up behind that, man. It is basically what they both, Queen and BA, been saying. Like when Logan, I said, when Jake Paul came out with the whole, you know, get up and everything, and the whole Takashi coming out to the ring with him, and man, I actually, if Jake would have won, I was prepared to say like, yo, we can't deny this guy no more. Like, he's actually a boxer, but unfortunately,
that was what I was going to say too. Is that everything was on the line for him? I don't think he knew it. We didn't take him seriously.
Right.
I don't know,
and I'm glad that he failed.
I don't know if fighting a 60-something-year-old Mike Tyson, where the actual story of the night was Mike Tyson still was able to last those rounds, made him feel cocky. Like BA said against Tank, I still think Tank would have beat him because Tank would have had more skill than Jake Paul, but Jake would have had more of a chance because Jake Paul is heavier than him. Same way, like, it's a heavier dude. That's why when this happened, I'm like, bro, is Anthony Joshua fighting Jake Paul for real? And they're like, yeah, that's for real. I'm like, yo, there's no way Jake Paul gonna win this. I don't give a hell what I've seen. Like, Jake Paul the other dude he lost to was the guy that was a boxer for real, and he ain't the heavyweight champion in the world, and he beat Jake Paul. There was no way he was going to beat Anthony Joshua. So I'm like, what is going? And you know, be able to say in the last shows and all that, like, something got to be in to fix something. I'm like, yo, what? This is crazy. He's going to destroy this guy. Jake Paul ain't do nothing but run at this guy. Jake Paul was scared. He
literally did.
People keep saying he give him credit and all that stuff. Why give him credit? Because he got his money. Jake Paul was scared in the ring. It's like Martin and all that stuff on the show. You see him fighting Tommy Hearns, and he's scared. He was going his legs and all that stuff. Bro, this dude was getting his butt whipped. You had Anthony Joshua looking like, damn, what is he doing? Like, should I punch him still? Whatever. He grabbing my legs, going down, grabbing my legs and all, and it just caught him. Like, bro, you really fighting a fighter. You were fighting one of the best, as far as one of the best fighters in the world, because he's a heavyweight. Like, bro, one of the best heavyweights in the world, and you thought you had a chance. I don't know why he would do this. I don't know why I think this destroyed his mystique or whatever fake mystique he thought he had. Like, bro, why would you do this? This was not the fight to do. And then talking about, oh yeah, I want to see Tyson Fury next. Bro, you crazy. Then I heard beforehand, before this fight happened, allegedly, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury supposed to be trying to sign a contract to have a match next year. How the hell is Anthony Joshua going to lose to Jake Paul if he's supposed to beat, you feel me, next week? I mean, next year is supposed to be beating, what's the name or whatever, for going against Tyson Fury? That wouldn't make sense. So I don't know, man. I didn't know why he would take this fight. This is crazy to me. And he left with his jaw broken in 2 places. That's wow, like this dude
Uh-huh.
cracked.
Oh,
It's
you know
because
what this was
everybody
missing?
built him
This
up.
was
They stroked his ego, and he had
It
an
was an
ego death in
exhibition.
front of
This
us.
dude,
We saw
Anthony
him on the
Joshua, said,
ground cowering.
Anthony
He was
Joshua said, I went in
cowering.
there to not get hurt. I didn't get hurt. Nothing hurts and all this.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua could have
No hurt in me.
went after that press conference and fought somebody again.
mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. Like, I can't believe he took that fight. Hey, man, I guess kudos then for taking the fight for us to finally be able to see him get his ass whipped. Because I'm like, bro, you really like that's crazy, bro. But he got paid for it. So I mean, it's like Jackass to the extreme. You feel me? When Johnny Knoxville and them be doing crazy stuff, but he got paid way more than they did. So it is what it is. I'm glad he didn't get killed or nothing like that.
What was Apollo's corner man's name? Because this all it was missing.
Black dude. Yes,
And he said throwing the tag.
On the damn time.
See this shit.
But yeah, man, that's it for that. That was like I said, entertaining. I don't know where Jake Paul goes from this. Maybe he comes to the WWE. We'll see. But yeah, man, Travis, what were those highs and lows brought to us by?
By the good people at Fanatics.
Yes, sir.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
All right, y'all. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that, please. Also, hit us up with WTC if you're interested. If you have any questions or comments, want to talk about anything we talked about so far in the show, we'll get to you right after our wrestling tea. Let's get to it. It's hot. Before we start, I'm a hard pause on that hot. But yes, let me read this for everybody and all the podcast listeners. Shout out first to Wrestling Purist. They put a tweet out saying that our guy Trick Williams was backstage for what was it, last week's Raw and SmackDown double taping, or yesterday's, I'm sorry, I think double taping. Trick is expected to be called up soon, though it's currently unknown if he'll be on tonight's taping or not. And then we had Mr. Corey, bodyslam.net, retweet this, quote it, and say Trick Williams is listed as a SmackDown superstar internally. So again, we can go around the room. You guys can give your opinion on what you feel about this. I think we talk about it all the time around here, but I got to fix my battery in my headset. But while I do that, the floor is all of yours. How do y'all feel?
I'll go first just because usually I got the least about to say sometimes anyways. Been saying this for weeks and hoping this for a long time. So I'm hoping this is true. Not only does Trick deserve it, but he has the three things you need. He has the star power, he has the body, and he has the speaking abilities. Those are the three main things that you need to push a superstar. He's the whole package. And he has enough people that, to be honest, he would.
Okay, so but yeah, for Trick though, like we need Book to come up with the roster with him too. Yeah, so we need Book to come with him. I mean, this is phenomenal. We've been like Q and the Meek Mill, these dreams and nightmares. But Book need to come up with him too. We need to add. We need the ad libs. Paul, Triple H, give us Book on the roster. I'm not permanently. Just give us for one. We just need one night.
I need
just one night.
BA, go ahead. Hold up.
With the ad lib.
BA, go ahead. Let Queen go.
Nah, it's definitely long overdue, as everyone said. He can sell the fact that they invested so much in him. They gave me an extra hour. Like he can sell that, and Trick can sell that. Because SmackDown's going in 3 hours. It's time. He's ready. It's nothing else to really be said. Like this is the most obvious thing, and I'm glad that everyone else started to understand that. I was listening to some of these other content creators out here in the YouTube world, and some the people that look like the other side of our hand. They are very hesitant to give Trick his just due. They'll mention Oba because Oba looks like a phenom. It's hard not to see Oba and see like, yo, that's a big dude. Like I gotta bring my A game for that dude. They get infatuated with Javon Evans and his aerial assault. How can you not, right? These are the obvious things. So they'll bring that up. But a lot of people chose not to bring up Trick. And I was like,
you said WrestleMania? Sorry.
It's more than just him.
Oh, it's
first
more.
time I talked
know.
about him was when they talked about Lash Legend.
WrestleMania don't talk about Trick at all, man, other than his gas.
And I'm like, how was the obvious not being
First time I
about?
ever saw him was when Lash Legend posted about her engagement shit. That was the first time I'd ever seen him on WrestleMania.
So it's like, so the obvious, if I'm not talking about the obvious, then I must be not talking about it for obvious reasons. And I was like, I got you. It is what it is. Y'all afraid of what he can be. Like,
go ahead,
you know what I'm saying? No, it's all good. Like that's the when you don't speak of the obvious, then it's obviously why you're not talking about it. And that's just what it is. Trick has, like Queen just said, he has the trifecta. He's star potential written all over him. He has the physique for it, pause, and he has the mic ability. And he worked on every last faction of that. Trick today is not the same Trick 5 years ago. He worked his ass off. And shout out to him. That's just a testament to his dedication to the sport. And that's
awesome
my
face
only
and
problem.
heel, bro.
A lot of us that look like us come to wrestling late. We try the athletic thing and stuff like that. Sometimes it don't work out, so we go over, and then that puts us a little bit behind the 8 ball for some people. That's a little bit more natural. But with that being said, he went past everybody else that was quote unquote natural, and that's who Trick is right now. So shout out to the fact that he's on SmackDown. Like I said, they just need to take SmackDown and just say SmackDown / NXT. All these, it's a group of individuals led by Trick in a sense, and they all should be on SmackDown. That way we can at least be entertained on SmackDown. Because you said another
NXT like crew, another NXT stable. You would say would be like maybe led by the big three.
I don't like stables because when they crush stables, a lot of people like you gotta work your ass off to kind of come back from that. Nexus and stuff like that. They had a lot of talented dudes.
Yeah.
And some of them kind of, what I'm saying, but they're going to because they gotta the main guy gotta do it. So whether it's Cody or whoever, they gotta beat the.
They didn't crush the Shield.
That was 3 guys. And that's the difference.
That's the big three. That's what I'm saying. Make them the big three that come up there and be them. They're the stable. Yeah, make the big three. Big three.
When you said that, I automatically went to Nexus, and that was like 7 of them dudes.
That's one, but they failed Nexus. You feel what I'm saying? Like Nexus was high. Nexus could have been
led by Wade
the
Burke,
Shield and all that stuff, but John Cena made the biggest mistake of his career.
So, but that's I'm not knocking what you're saying. Everything you're saying is accurate.
It's not an argument.
I'll sign up for it. But no, you're good. You're good. It's just that talent just needs to be on SmackDown. I don't care how you do it. It's they have people that needs to be on the main roster so we can be interested in it. Because like you said, Queen, to wrap it up, you said earlier today, like yo, there's nobody for Jay to fight. Why? Because there's no one on the roster. Besides little tag teams, but it's only like 4 to 5 tag teams. Like there's no one on the roster. You bring these talented people up, and then we'll start to have more and more storylines. It's fresh, all those things. But I need to understand that I say this as I walk away. It's led by Trick Williams. Whatever you want to do, let him be the leader of everything, and everything else will fall in this place.
I agree, bro. Trick, I've been waiting long time, overdue. My guy Trick, like I say, awesome heel, babyface already. Bring this guy up, let this guy. All I need 2 things, and it's mainly from us, from the culture, bro. This guy, I really feel like this guy is the culture. This is the guy that we can push up and be like, he is one of our guy for this generation and all that, because he has it where he can be on movies and all that stuff. Like Trick is that dude. When he gets his showing, luckily they didn't do it on that taping thing, because I'd have been mad as a mother. When there's other stuff I'm gonna talk about next week, so please tune in. We're gonna talk about next week. That's already been talked about. But we're gonna talk about that next week. But if they did this at the taping though, bro, I'd have been pissed off if they did this. Luckily, they didn't do it. I need the people in that arena to show out when Trick come out with that whoop that Trick and all that stuff. And I need people at home, all of us, when Trick show up, to be watching the YouTube stuff, sharing it for this guy and all that stuff. Everybody, this guy came up. This black guy. Look at how we do, because I know his moment, his promo, whatever, going to be probably awesome. If they don't just try to bury him and do some stuff, it's probably going to be an awesome moment that should be shared, that people should be watching. Like, hey, if you're going to watch wrestling again, it's a couple guys right here. Like you said, being led by this guy. Look what's going on right now. We can change wrestling if we do this and all that stuff. I really, man, maybe I'm wrong. I think Trick is that dude, man. I think he is him. He has everything I've been saying forever. I think that Triple H and them are scared because if you brought a guy like Trick Williams up on Raw and had him talk on the mic and all, and had Braun Breaker and all there, it would make them dudes look foolish because Braun Breaker has no charisma or aura anywhere near a Trick Williams. There is damn near nobody on the roster right now. A Jey Uso, a nobody that has the charisma or the aura as a Trick Williams right now. You talking about Roman Reigns-ish and all that now. The guys you got to talk about when you get to the level of who has more aura than Trick Williams right now. Bring this guy up. Let him take the 1 hour, like you said, BA. And SmackDown is ready for the pickings for him, bro. Between the U.S. Championship, like you said, Cody Rhodes, bro. I was worried about him getting the World Championship. He could be in the line for the WWE Championship and all that. Now, like that goal would look great on Trick Williams as far as coming down doing that. Get this guy on the show. Let him get the reaction. Let him get his merchandise sale and all that stuff. And let Road Dogg or Triple H do their job and book this guy correct. But yeah, man, I'm ready. I know I'm gonna be going off and be excited when Trick be out there. I think a lot of folks are as well. We'll see I think he may get some hate eventually. It's gonna be some boos, and we know where they're gonna come from. If that makes sense, if he becomes to get the skyrocket, we know what's gonna happen. But I think that's the guy though. Like let him, and I would play on that if I'm Triple H. Pause, but I don't know. Like I said, this is the guy that could be your guy against Braun Breaker. If you really want Braun to try to be that guy, have a guy where it's your rival, your guy. Hey, they root for you. But we'll see how they bring him on. But I'm very excited for Trick to join the brand, man. It's gonna be a great time. All right, y'all. That was the Wrestling Tea. It's not brought to you by anybody else. We gotta get another sponsor. But as I said, at WTC, if you're interested in talking to us in the comments.
Nikki Bella's a creep. We ain't put that in the tea.
Yeah, that's I don't even want to get to that. Yeah. But at WTC, if you want to talk to us in the comments and all that, and let's get to the questions and comments.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it. You're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
Shout out to DDP and True Classics. All right, y'all, let's get to the questions and comments. Devin says she mentioned me and her internet froze. Yeah, Devin, that's what you do, man. Got the presence, man. Pause. He said the AAA event is pronounced Guerra de Titanes. Ain't that what I said? I thought I said something like that. Then he said Hijo de Vikingo. Yes. And he says Ray caused a legit shoulder injury to Dirty Dom last night. Did be dead to the max. Jeez.
He hate Ray to the max, man. That you gotta let that hurt go, man.
This for you, Travis. Brandy says, "Is Travis single? I only subscribe because I think he's handsome." Jeez, damn, we trash Brandy as far as our opinion. Gee, go Travis. Hold up, Travis. Hold up.
What? No. All right, man. You put the camera back.
Damn, he just said no. Just that simple.
No, I told him. I said, watch my ear. I said, go like this. I said, No.
Oh, no with the yes at the same time? Devin says ref did what they were supposed to do. Also, Thea hair, I'm sorry, was covering Blake's eyes, so she didn't see the refs count. She better hear the refs count, Devin. The refs, that's why they hit the mat. 1, 2, kick out.
I can't breathe. That's what you should have said.
He said Leon and Javon are the future. Facts, Devin. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
And he got pictures of Jake Paul in there, but I can't see them on the screen. But awesome, man. All right, man. Good show again, man. Appreciate everybody for rocking with your boys and your lady.
Thing, bro.
Go ahead, Beer.
Yeah. So apparently on Ring of Honor or whatever Booker T owns or whatever, there was they had an event this past weekend.
Reality of wrestling. That's broke.
There you go.
Yeah.
And apparently Nikki came out and interfered with that championship match. So now
Nikki
Zilla's
Bella?
supposed to come.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Ricky.
Oh, Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints.
Yes. So apparently Zilla is their main guy, one of their main guys. So Zilla's was going to make his more appearances on NXT because of that as well. So I just wanted to see, like, that's one of the quote unquote replacements. This is the third brand. We talked about it all the time. You need to replace these guys that's leaving. That's why it took them so long to leave. Zilla could be one of those dudes in a sense. So
yeah, he should be. He wanted a more entertaining bloodline guys. He can talk and all. Like, he ain't gonna be like a shout out to Hakuna Matata and all of them, and Tala Tonga and all of them. Like, shout out to Bobby Monstein. But yeah, he ain't like them. So I think he'll be fine. He's a star. But yeah, man, thank everybody for rocking with
really
you.
Cut a promo like that.
He do the Jacob 5-2 type promo.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
No, all right, I get what you're saying.
It's just you feel me, is yada I mean and all that. And he don't say yada I mean, but you feel me. But appreciate everybody for rocking out with you. Yes, rocking out with your boys, your boys and your girl today. We talk combat, the best, brightest, and blackest combat sports review show on YouTube and anywhere else. We appreciate y'all. Do us a favor, hit that like button somewhere near BA's, I guess, pretty picture down there, somewhere down there towards the left. Also hit the like button if you could as well, so that other folks will know when we do these kind of shows and we'll get this kind of content and maybe come over here and be a part of the Glow Yard as well. Hit the notification bell while you're at it so that you know whenever we drop this new, because we're not always on time. We color folks. Again, we appreciate everybody in the comments and all. Devin, appreciate you for everything you do, bro. Also, if you're fans of other shows that we do, or maybe you will be, first follow my guy Justin with the 695 crew, Larry and Calvin on Get Off the Damn Fence, where they talk about all things, but mainly sports on Wednesday evenings. Check them out. What you laughing at, Justin? I mean, not Justin, Travis. What's wrong?
No, you see, look at Devin in the comments.
Oh, I'll check them out in a second. All right. Also, check out Justin, Rel, Will, and Big J on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about all things in geek culture and movies and television. They have shows Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings. And if you're a fan of the NBA season, what's going on right now, check out myself and Rel on Cap and Crown, where we talk about all things NBA, new school and old school. Monday evenings, Wednesday evenings, and Friday mornings. So check us out over there. We're doing a whole bunch with this Glow Sun production thing. It's all self-funded, self-created, and a bunch of us. So if you're out here, we do this for you. I think that might have rhymed a little bit. Hey, Queen, you didn't know I had ball. Yeah. Check us out. Check us out next week. We'll be back next Sunday. Same combat time, same combat channel. We appreciate you all. Leave a like on the way out the door, and we'll see y'all next week. We out. Peace.